Xanderhal is like such an obnoxious little wretch, okay? And he's clearly got like these delusions of grandeur. There's more!
I have been calling this out for a while now.
Oh my god! He's so self-important, it's unbelievable. Seems like without Cherry knocking about, it seems like Xanderhal's research team is having some problems from the looks of it.
Skates uncomfortably close to lolicon territory very often.
Okay, you gotta call a spade, okay? Xanderhal's on the money here.
Sounds to me a lot like Shadman. Man, you guys gotta get Vosh off your mind. This is not...
Dude, someone in chat said Vosh!
This is not similar to, anything to do with Vosh's situation. This sounds like Shadman to me.
Okay, that is some giga sweep. Dude, that is some crazy sweeping, dude.
Nazi, alt-right, anime girl.
Bro, this guy's unbelievable. Every single person he's got to get in their politics. Oh, what? He's done it again. Okay, anyway, guys, I got some good news. But I'm told that apparently I get mentioned in Xanderhal's latest video. Now, I don't really pay too much attention to people talking about me because I don't really care that much. But I'm making an exception in this case because apparently he says some funny things about what I think about him and what I want to happen to him, okay? So, let's have a little look. I don't want him dead. Why does he think I want him dead? Where has this come from? So I'm told. So I'm told. So I'm told. Anyway, I'm also told the first 14 minutes are entertaining. So we're going to have a look at that as well. But most of it is reacting to the Nicandros video that we watched a few weeks ago. So we'll skip that, but we'll listen to the first 15 minutes and then we'll see what he's got to say about yours truly. Let's have a little listen. So he's just done a segment about the Nux Taku stuff, basically. Yo!
All right, everybody.
What an intro.
This segment might possibly end up getting me involved in a little bit of drama, okay? Because I am tangentially talking about someone, I guess, who you could consider kind of a friend of the show to a degree, and that is the YouTuber someordinarygamers, aka Mudahar. Though we're not really talking about specifically him tonight.
Wait, friend of the show? Really? Mutahar is friends with Xanderhal. That seems like cope and not true.
We're going to be talking about something relating to him, and the video that we're going to be covering and watching that goes over this definitely does not paint Mudahar in a very positive light.
No racism, no racism.
Elements, I will say, the stream has had no issues for anyone else, so it might just be you. Unless no one else has reported it. Anyway, obviously, I like Mudahar. I think he's a chill guy. I think he makes good videos. I think he makes pretty good arguments and tends to be a well-reasoned person. I actually, originally, he became aware of my existence because I called him out in a video where he had basically claimed...
Dude. Xanderhal is like such an obnoxious little wretch, okay? Who thinks he's like, oh, he became aware of my existence because I called him out. The way he explains stuff is like so overwrought. And he's clearly got like these delusions of grandeur where he thinks he's like a way bigger part in all of this than he truly is. So, you know, the way he's speaking about this, like, well, I called him out and then he became aware of my existence. It's such a gay way to talk about internet drama. It's not just clearly stating the situation. You know, it's like talking about it like you're some big participant and some big player in the scene. It's so gay.
That the Anti-Defamation League had claimed that Pepe the Frog was a hate symbol. That if you use Pepe the Frog in memes or the imagery of him, then you're essentially doing the same as posting a swastika or something. And he did show the first page, the first paragraph and title of the ADL page for Pepe the Frog. And he didn't really elaborate much on that, but I did go on to show the rest of that page, where it goes on to say that, actually know Pepe the Frog is not always a Nazi symbol. He's a very popular meme, and people use Pepe completely innocuously all the time, so it is up to the person evaluating the post to determine whether or not it's being used in a racist way or not, since it has to be considered on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, so I can kind of see where he's coming from here. He's saying that there was more context that showed that actually it can sometimes be viewed in like a non-racist format, but you should still be cautious or still look for when it's used in a racist way. Okay, who cares? Bro, if you're fucking litigating out what the ADL are saying, what they are saying, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? They are talking about. I just can't bring myself to really care that much about analysing and assessing the racialized use of a fucking internet meme involving a frog. It is like peak BreadTube fucking nonsense, you know?
Very reasonable take. The most reasonable take you could have of something like that, and I pointed this out. Mudahar saw this and was like, oh, I didn't know that that it goes on to say that. I actually, my mistake. And he was chill with me after that. There was no drama. Like, he responded very chill and like very mature and normal to my, you know, not very serious criticism. I never thought he was like far right or anything. I just thought he had an unfortunate blunder in his reporting that might play into the hands of a certain political side with untrue claims that it's made in the past. So
play into a certain political side. As if not, dude. As if this is like some big political issue we need to be worried about. Oh no, the rightoids! Bro, the rightoids. The rightoids are going to feel, going to feel pushed forward by the fact that the racist frog is not being correctly discussed. Literally couldn't care less about any of this, okay? If you're concerning yourself with the racialized images of frogs, you need to get out of BreadTube immediately. You need to go outside for a little while and stop concerning yourself with this trivial internet shit. It's a complete fucking waste of time.
I like Mudahar.
If you're serious about politics, I mean.
I want to be very clear here. I have no hate for Mudahar, but he's made a little bit of an oopsie-doopsie, and that's what gets called out in this video. But it's not so much the oopsie that Mudahar made that I want to call out. It's the fact that Mudahar is so far from being the only person to make this blunder.
Oh.
And
there's
I
more.
have been calling this out for a while now.
Oh my god. He's so self-important, it's unbelievable. I have been calling this out for a while. I knew about this all the time and I've been trying to tell people, but no one listened to me. Yeah, because no one fucking watches you anymore, bro. What's his live viewership like these days? I don't know. Probably a few hundred, I guess. I don't fucking know.
And I feel it's fine. This is finally a great opportunity to point to how YouTube content creators have looked past extremely disturbing types of content and large disturbing content.
And yes, Creeman, good point. So he's talking about Vosh, right? He's going to talk about Vosh, yeah? He's going to talk about the fact that Vosh got swept for by the left here, I would have thought. Surely, that's what he's going to get into, no?
Creators for a while now. So, for a little background, how many of you are familiar with the YouTuber Nux Taku? If you know of him...
Very familiar.
Then
Very familiar.
Then you probably know of this meme. The worst thing to ever be created. Next time. He is the guy who wrote and sung this absolutely...
great track. Banger. Straight up banger. The only good thing Nux Taku ever did.
Cognito hazardous video.
You're a twitch thought, nasty greedy witch thought, tier 3 grabbing bitch thought, pimping out your sim thought. I'm the chat type, Barry Poggers mad type, Monka is mad lad type, Pepe clapping rat type, Twitch is hentai. So,
from that video alone, I think you get an idea of what this guy's deal is. He is, he has possibly the most obnoxious voice that could possibly ever be manufactured, even in the darkest depths of hell.
Bro, Xanderhal win. Rare Xanderhal win. Xanderhal is correct about that. He's fucking on the money there. He's got him there. He's got him there.
It's just like nails on a chalkboard just to listen to for me.
Yes,
I have to say, I genuinely despise his voice. Guys, this might surprise you. What do you think Nux Taku looks like in real life?
Oh no!
I assumed a guy like this has to be.
You know what he's gonna do, don't you? You know what he's gonna do, don't you? He's gonna show that picture that isn't him, that everyone, dude, that's already known it's not him. And yeah, to my knowledge, I don't think he's ever shown his face on the internet as yet. But this is like the classic meme that people show as Nux Taku, but it's not actually him.
Like, as weird looking as a guy can be, right? Are you ready to see someone disturbingly normal looking behind that profile picture? This is what he looks like. It's actually disturbing how normal he looks.
Yes.
It's not even that he's like a good-looking guy. He's just a normal-looking guy.
Seems like without a Cherry knocking about, it seems like Xanderhal's research team is having some problems from the looks of it. Oof.
No way, what? Yeah, ooh. I know. I was surprised too. Yeah, he looks like Tyler Oakley. I was like, what? Why does he look like a well-to-do British gay dude? Like, that was the immediate reaction I had.
Why British?
Like, I didn't expect him to look British and gay. Like, that was not my expectation. I don't know why, but he just has British vibes here. He looks British to me. Don't know why. Maybe it's just how pale he is and the glasses and the mug kind of just give British vibes. He seems British and a little gay, a little bit gay, a little bit like a well-groomed. He's got that nice clean shave and everything. He definitely cares for his hygiene.
He's describing Chud, clean shaved. Come on, guys. You got to stop doing this thing where you say something because you think it's funny and not because there's at least some truth in it which makes it funny, okay?
Well, or at least did for this photo. More than most straight men that I know. So I will say I was quite surprised. I was quite surprised. However, if you know anything else about Nux Taku, you can probably tell what his politics are, judging by the fact he seems to have a pretty strong distaste for Twitch girls who show a lot of booba. But not.
Dude, he's like obsessed with politics at every turn. What does it matter what his fucking politics are, dude? Who cares about his politics? The point is, he's done totally fucking degenerate shit in his past. That's what matters. Not his politics. Not the fact that he's going after the fucking Twitch thoughts. If anything, it points out hypocrisy in that he gets so upset about the Twitch thoughts, despite himself having put out content which is completely, inappropriate for children on his own channel. But yeah.
Not just that, he's, gone on long rants about, like, cringe, woke, SJW, that kind of stuff. He's very publicly conservative, like, right-leaning. But it's not just that.
Is he?
If you've seen his content, then there is really one word you have to describe this guy, and that is gooner. Nux Taku is a fucking gooner. And skates uncomfortably close to lolicon territory very often.
Okay. Dude, I must say, Xanderhals, listen, you got to call a spade, okay? Xanderhals on the money here. I think this is a pretty, despite the political brain rot shit, this is actually quite a reasonable characterization of Nux Taku. I think, okay. Good stuff, good stuff.
And if you watch his content, I don't watch it, but I've seen his videos recommended, you'll see that he does a lot of videos.
Okay, but also, doesn't it feel a little bit like, it's like, oh, he's a conservative and he's a lolly gooner, therefore it's bad. And it's like, okay, but what if he was a far left-wing lollygooner? I wonder, what would Xanderhals take me if this guy was a far left lollygooner? I wonder if, where's this video on Vosh? Question mark? I don't know. So it just feels like we're still playing political games here. He's characterized Nux Taku on the wrong side of this, and therefore he can like go after him, without issue. So it's a bit cringe, but whatever.
Either A, reacting to hentai, or B, reacting to episodes of children's shows. So half of his videos are him reacting to, like, episodes of children's shows, which obviously attracts a younger audience, and then the other half of his videos...
Yes, YouTube chat is not on the screen. I don't know why. Sometimes it glitches out. It will hopefully come back soon, but I can see you. I've got you up.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Good, okay.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Anti-lolly gooning is something both the right and left can get behind. It's time for solidarity, brothers.
Yes, very true. Frontside bus. Think of the $5.
Videos are him reacting sometimes to, as uncensored as he possibly can get away with, hentai. And in some cases, the hentai is lolicon, and sometimes the hentai is incest hentai, and sometimes it's both. And he reacts to and reviews it for the memes, ironically, on his show. Does this sound like anything to you guys? Does this sound familiar to you guys? Sounds to me a lot like Shadman. Man, you guys gotta get Vosh off your mind. This is not...
Dude, someone in chat said Vosh. He's addressing it. Vosh. No way. I thought he was going to ignore it, but he's going into it.
To you guys.
Okay.
Sounds to me a lot like Shadman. Man, you guys got to get Vosh off your mind. This is not similar to the anything to do with Vosh's situation. This sounds like Shadman to me, is what it sounds like. Because Nux Taku, friends with a lot.
Okay, that is some giga sweep. Dude, that is some crazy sweeping, dude. Also, the other thing as well, unless there's another chat that I can't see, maybe in YouTube chat people were saying it more and he's got that up too. But in terms of his website chat on the screen here, only one person said Vosh. Literally one guy. One guy said Vosh. Like, rather than doing this kind of like awkward sweep, why didn't he just ignore it? Why didn't he just not pay attention to that and just make his point? Dude, he's got a habit of walking into rakes that he doesn't need to. Right? But now he's got to do this awkward sweep because Vosh has been mentioned. Fucking hell, dude.
A lot of big YouTubers publicly, at the very least lolicon adjacent, frequently posting pornographic content for a heavily minor-leaning audience. If you read the comments on his videos where it's him reacting to hentai, a lot of the comments are things like, dude, what the fuck, I'm 11. Dude, what the fuck, I'm 10. And it's not like adults commenting that as a joke, like it's a meme in his community or whatever, that you can tell from the profile pictures, the names, the way that these comments are written. They're from actual kids who are like, what the fuck did I just watch on this guy's channel? It's like half the channel is bait to bring in kids, and the other half is either at best meant to traumatize kids, at worst, there's some sort of sick desire being fulfilled by showing kids this type of content. So a smaller creator by the name of Nicandros made this video called Mudahar Nuked, because recently Nux Taku had his associations with Shadman, the Nazi lolicon artist,
Okay. Why does it matter that he's a Nazi? Why is that the first thing that's mentioned about him? He's a Nazi lolicon artist. The political brain rot on these people is unbelievable, dude. We really are concerned about that? And not the fucking drawings? Is that not the worst, most fundamental aspect to this? That we fucking, you know... Oh, he wants to differentiate from Vosh. Oh, I see. Listen, Vosh may have had those short stack goblins on his computer, but at least he's on the left. Okay. No, I'm sure that Xanderhal has got the kind of like, oh, it was an accident, oh, it was a little nonsense, you know, type of take or whatever. So anyway.
Exposed. Shouldn't surprise you, those two were friends at all. And while I did draw the comparison between the two because they knew each other, they're friends, that is a fact that exists, I also think even outside of them, even if they didn't know each other, these two situations are so similar to me. And I want to dig deep into it. So, Nicandros made this video because recently Nux Taku has been getting canceled for his associations with Shadman. And because of these associations with Shadman, people are looking deep into every big YouTuber who is associated and supported and collabed with Nux Taku. One of these content creators is Mudahar.
I don't even know if that's true necessarily. You know, I think that the reason the Mutahar stuff, maybe he's going to get into it or something, but that was because of him coming on stream and talking about it. That's what obviously stirred that drama up. I don't know if people were going and looking at every single connection that Nux Taku's got with big creators. And in fact, there are big creators who have had associations and connections with him that haven't really been scrutinized at all. You know, so yeah, it feels a little bit like off, but that's okay. It's not that big a deal. I just think that's not exactly correct in terms of what happened, but nonetheless.
Content creators include Turkey Tom, Oompaville. I mean, think of a large content creator. If they lean even remotely centrist or right, they've definitely collabed with Nux Taku. Because Nux Taku's whole thing is getting clout off of content collabs. And this content creator called out Mudahar for...
Also, the other problem as well is you get into like a kind of like almost like a witch hunt type situation. You know, you get into like a witch hunt perspective, and it's like, you know, at what point do we go, okay, well, look, people have these connections, and you can't kind of go after every single person that had this connection. It's like, I think you've got to draw a line somewhere and go, well, I mean, if someone wants to go and do it, that's their discretion. If they want to go and have a look at every single, you know, person that's associated or whatever. But yeah, it's like at some point you got to draw the line and go, yeah, this guy fooled a bunch of people, was a total freak, and people bought into it, you know. But the Mutahar thing, the reason that was the focus is because obviously he decided to comment on it, and then it became a drama as he, you know, lied. He lied essentially and lied about the what he'd, you know, he claimed he said something different to what he'd said on stream with me later on. He then lied when he came on the stream when Nicholas was there and Tom was there, and he said that, you know, acted like he had no idea about the degeneracy that Nux Taku was participating in. But then there's this video, which Nicandros brilliantly put together, which demonstrated, well, no, he did know. He was there watching it. He absolutely knew the nature of this content. So that was Mutahar's problem. I don't think there is this big hunt, as Xanderhal was suggesting here. And I think the fact that, like, Turkey Tom, for example, when he was on my stream, and he, you know, basically said, oh, yeah, I remember I did this collab with him and it was weird, essentially. I think for a lot of people, that was like, well, you know, at least he's kind of, you know, owning up to it, if you like. And then if you go back and look at the footage, it's quite clear that he was very uncomfortable with, like, what was being shown, you know? So, yeah, anyway, just to roll it back a bit.
Content creator, if they lean even remotely centrist or right, they've definitely collabed with Nux Taku.
Okay, I missed that as well. What? Bro, this is the ultimate political brain rot, is it not? Oh, not my side though. Not the left. It's only the centrists and the right. They're the ones that have collaborated. But the people on the left, no, absolutely not. Total brain rot, dude. You know, Oompaville. Is Oompaville like a centrist? I would have presumed Oompaville was more towards the left of politics. I don't think he'd be a centrist, would he? I'd imagine he's probably got fairly standard progressive perspectives on things. But yeah, really stupid assertion, and very obviously, you know, brain rotted to try and disassociate your political side from any controversy here. Pathetic.
Because Nux Taku's whole thing is getting clout off of content collabs. And this content creator called out Mudahar for, well, Mudahar would rather you did not have an accurate reminiscence of how close he was to Nux Taku. And I'm sorry, Muda, if you see this video and you don't like that I'm talking about it. I'm not going after you. I don't think people should cancel you for this. In fact, that's the opposite of the claim I'm trying to make here. In fact, I'm going to argue that the thing that people canceled Chris Tyson for initially, which was the having quote-unquote been a fan of Shadman, and Mudahar having associated with Nux Taku, is not these YouTubers secretly showing that they're pro-pedophilia or something. In reality...
Dude, people say Mudahar's not watching your videos. You guys are mean. Stop being so mean.
It is a tendency for content creators to enable bad actors like Shadman and Nux Taku until there is enough ill will against those figures that they are forced into a situation to be against them. But before then, no one wants to be the first person to call out that bad behavior and burn a bridge with a large, well-respected YouTuber.
Yes, Xanderhal's correct about this. Yes, precisely. Yes. It is a totally cancerous mentality. It's why Mama Max was able to survive for as long as he did. You know. I mean, to be fair, like... I guess you could maybe make the same argument about, I don't know, dude. I feel like enough people were calling out Vaush that it's a moot point that Xanderhal didn't want to wait. I don't really care that much about that. It's just funny that he kind of like brought this sweeping upon himself when he could have just ignored it, right? But nonetheless, I do think there's this dynamic, and it protected people like Mama Max in the past. And, you know, I think Nux Taku as well respected, maybe not well respected, but certainly benefited from the associations that he had, right? So Nux Taku being on a podcast with Umpaville and Mutahar provided great kind of benefit to him in terms of his channel, perception, appearance, etc. Despite the fact there was all this degeneracy that you can go back and look at and see of the kind of lolicon, tease type shit and the hentai stuff and the putting content out which isn't appropriate for children on YouTube, you know, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, it just is a dynamic that exists. Very frustrating, very annoying, but it is there.
A good example of a figure who is blowing up and thriving right now, despite being a publicly open lolicon, or two content creators in this realm, are Pipka Pipkin, a really large, like Nazi alt-right, like anime girl.
Bro, this guy's unbelievable. Every single person he's got to get in there, their politics. Oh, what? He's done it again. Oh, they're a Nazi, by the way. This guy's unreal. Is that even true? I don't know. All these people are Nazis, apparently, according to Xanderhal.
VTuber and Rev Says Desu,
yes,
who is a male lolicon who uses like a 12-year-old girl vampire lolly profile picture, or not profile picture, VTuber avatar. VTuber Rick, and makes pro lolicon content. I actually discovered him and started covering him when he made a video about how Cyberpunk Edge Runners was based because they said that lolicon was good or something. Like there was something to do with like the character of Rebecca, where despite her being an adult, lolicons were trying to claim that she was a lolly, and that people memeing about how they like Rebecca means that Edge Runners has tricked the normie anime fans into admitting that lolicon is good. That was the claim from Rev Says Desu that I covered that initially had me going over his stuff. There are a lot of content creators, especially in the VTuber sphere, that are borderline, if not openly, pedophilic.
What? Okay, dude. He's spitting here. He's spitting here. Listen. Obviously, you know, me and Xanderhal have got a long checkered history, and I'm not a particularly big fan of Xanderhal. To be honest with you, I'm like, I don't even like dislike him. I'm not any sort of way about him. I'm just like, yeah, he's just like a little kind of wretched BreadTube guy, isn't he? You know, I don't know what else you can really say about him. I don't really have any strong feelings about him. He's just kind of funny to poke fun at and laugh about his takes, because sometimes they could be kind of cringe and whatever. Pitiful. No, I don't really have any strong feelings about the guy. Obviously, you know, we had some drama and stuff. That was kind of annoying, I guess, at the time, but, you know, whatever. Don't think about him that much, to be honest.
That I covered that initially had me, going over his stuff. There are a lot of content creators, especially in the VTuber sphere, that are borderline, if not openly, pedophilic.
And I mean, okay, dude. Yes, that's a base thing to say, but, dude, I don't know, dude. I don't know much about the VTuber sphere. In fairness, maybe this is a sign that he is right, because I don't really get into talking about VTuber stuff, because it all just seems so degenerate, you know? And I'm just like, oh, no, thank you. It's too much. Like, what was that one? It was related to the Nux Taku thing, and I just gave it a wide berth, because I looked at it and thought, you know, Nux Taku's calling someone a pedo, but then this person doesn't seem to be a full-blown pedo, but then they are into some really weird degenerate shit, which means maybe they are a pedo. Tiger. That was it. Tiger. Yeah, Tiger. And so I was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to cover this. It was right at the height of all the Nux Taku stuff that was happening on my stream and stuff, but I was like, nah. Too degenerate, too confusing, too many potential pedos. I'll give it a miss, thank you.
And they're popular. They collab with big YouTubers because at the end of the day, they have a massive audience, and no one wants to be the first person to call them out. In the case of me, when I called out Rev Says Desu, my channel received multiple false strikes in the months after I would cover Rev Says Desu anytime, because the lolicons are so obsessive, they will false strike you non-stop. They will go after you, because any attack against one of their own is attack against all of them. The only way for pedophiles to exist and have community online is to protect each other, and they protect each other violently and viciously. If you call out one pedophile with any audience or a community around them, their friends and their fans will come after you hard, because they have to protect each other. They're bad people who want to do bad things, and they know what most people would do to them if they could, and they know they've got to stay together like a herd. Otherwise, normal people are going to, you know, call them out, single them out, laugh at them, humiliate.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you could split hairs over this, but sure. I mean, I've covered Rev Says Desu before, but I don't think I had quite the same, you know, attack from that community. But there's definitely like weird lolly communities that exist. And if you're critical of them and you get in their site, they can really start to like get upset with you and stuff like that, and post about you and report your videos. Yeah, sure, I'm sure that's the thing.
Hate them, call them out for what they are, and everyone will laugh, and that'll be the best case scenario for them, right? And so this YouTuber called out Nux Taku for a lot of his like cringe, creepy stuff he's done, which obviously I want to go over here,
wonderful.
but also
But how do
other
I
big
make
YouTubers who
money
have collabed with Nux Taku, and I want to elaborate
Tell me
further.
why the heck this community goes so hard in the paint for their goon content.
Thank you for the $5. Which community? Not, wait. You mean the VTuber community? Because this chat, I feel, is quite, like, goon skeptical, right? Like, obviously, we're all human at the end of the day, but most people here are kind of, like, not up for the degeneracy stuff, right? I think. The P community. Anyway, obviously, we've watched this video already, and my reaction is on my channel. I'll link this if you want to see what Xanderhal's got to say about it, though. But you'll see shortly, there's a reason that we're watching this. And it's, you know, obviously we watched this already. We're watching this for a different reason, okay? Which we'll see in a sec.
Further into how this tendency, how like we need to create a culture on YouTube where creators feel that clout and collab hype is not worth normalizing someone who is as evidently fucked in the head as Nux Taku. Let's watch this video. I've already seen it, by the way, which is why I decided to cover it. It was recommended in my Discord server, and I watched it because the thumbnail and title seemed interesting. I did not expect this YouTuber to do such a good job breaking this situation down and substantiating their points. Let's watch it.
In the aftermath of the confrontation between Chud Logic and Mutahar over Mutahar's podcast co-host Nux Taku's content...
Mind you, by the way, if anyone wants my bias on this, like where my biases would realistically lie if I wasn't being objective, I'm on friendly terms with Mudahar.
Oh, okay.
Chud Logic has lied and claimed that I have, like, AIDS, and his editor has wished death on me.
No way, dude! I don't believe it. It's better than I thought. Bro, that is insane. Chud Logic is... Chud Logic has lied about me and said that I've got AIDS. Bro, that is ridiculous. Oh. I mean, is that lying now? Like, shit talking, saying someone's got AIDS because they look like they've got AIDS? Is that lying now? I don't like lying. I'm not a liar, okay? I just feel that the context of that is quite obvious if you're not a sensitive individual.
Have you ever watched Never Goon Minions compilation on YouTube? That would be a banger palette cleanser.
Thank you for the £5. We'll maybe take a look. Thank you very much.
On friendly terms with Mudahar. Chud Logic has lied and claimed that I have, like, AIDS, and his editor has wished death on me when I announced that I had COVID. I believe another...
Wait. Did DK do that? I can't remember that. I can't remember that. Maybe, to be fair, he probably did. Anyway, let's not split hairs. He probably did.
Other person involved in this who's called out Nux Taku here and Mudahar is Turkey Tom, who also hates me. Like I could go down the list of people who are actually with a platform calling this shit out and calling out Mudahar and Nux. They all hate me, ironically enough. They're people who have, due to completely separate drama in the past with politics and stuff, they fucking hate me. And yet, I'm still taking their side in this whole thing because they're the only motherfuckers out here that seem to have the balls to call out this shit, to call out this tendency for large normie content creators to associate and normalize people like Nux Taku. And hey, Chud Logic may be a shithead, but I respect the fact that he's actually talking about this. Hell, in a way, him talking about this got it into my attention.
Bro, come on, dude, that's gay. That's like... Can't we go back to him talking about how he said he's got AIDS? I much preferred that part, to be honest.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Front Syllabus became a member. Front Syllabus celebrates 1 month of membership. Before he comes out with I have AIDS, this is serious video with a GoFundMe link.
Okay, thank you for the membership. No, to be fair, listen, to give a serious take, okay? Listen, Xanderhal, appreciate your kind words, Xanderhal, okay? I think it's obviously very funny that he's saying that I said he's got AIDS, but also it's pretty reasonable for him to lay out his biases. I always say this, you know, you should be clear about biases and stuff. So I think it's pretty decent that he's done that, okay? So there we go, see? I could be nice. I could be nice, all right?
So, if you really follow the line here, because Nicandros made a video about this drama, and I'm watching the Nicandros video.
People have made allegations.
Anyway, like I say, you know, we don't need to watch his reaction, because I've seen this video already, and I hate doing react-to-react stuff, but I'm told there's some more juice about me that might be funny at about the hour's mark. So let's skip ahead and have a look at that. Where are we? Oh, what the fuck was that shit?
Pit licking, armpit sex, blowjob, clamp, defloration, that sounds fucking awful, FFM threesome, foot job, group, hand job, harem, incest, kimono, kissing, lolly, mosaic censorship, nakadashi, pantyhose, sister, sleeping, sock job, and urination. Just to finish it off with a little something light. Urination.
Child pornography. Illegal to view, illegal to possess, and illegal to distribute. But the guy he's good friends with behind the scenes, the guy he doesn't want to burn, Nux Taku, has
they don't want to burn him, they're still friends. Ooh.
Filmed him doing this and is distributing it on YouTube with the name of the animation visible in the original video for anyone to search up and access themselves. No.
Of course, yeah. Of course Nux makes sure that the gooners who watch him know where to look for the original thing he's covering. Of course he does that.
Age restriction.
And of course the kids too that watch, because as we've established, he makes videos where it's just like, if I go to his channel now, his most recent video will almost certainly be a reaction.
Oh, sorry, I'm too soon. It's actually a bit later. Dude, it's quite funny, though, that we managed to tune in just as he was reading that out, because that was very funny. That was very funny. Right, 110 apparently.
Let's in favor of Lolicon here, but this is just blatantly him defending, collabing with, and platforming, or being platformed by, I don't know the exact situation, a lolicon thing. This is a comment under Chud's Mudahar confrontation highlight. Wait, Willie Mac Show is doubling down on it in response to Chud Logic's correct calling out of this enabling of this fucking weirdo. Man, I hate to say it, but Chud's the unsung hero here, like legit.
Dude, I don't want to hear him talk about how great I am. That's so gay, dude. I don't want to hear it, okay? Let's go back to it. I don't want to hear it. This is so gay. Anyway, let's hear him out.
Like, Chud should get more credit. I don't like the guy. The guy fucking hates me to the point of wanting me dead, but fuck, dude. Like, I don't give a shit.
Dude. Xanderhal thinks I want him dead. When have I ever said that I want Xanderhal dead? Wait, that's crazy, bro. I've never said that. I've never wished death upon anyone. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I need to do it more. But I've never wished death upon Xanderhal. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever said that. Yeah, I think maybe he's confusing it because DK maybe said something about his COVID thing, but...
Shit about that. Like, I'm gonna be real. His opinion on me does not matter at all. It has no effect on me. What does affect me is the feeling of disgust and emptiness that I get realizing that the platform that I make my living on hosts people like Nux Taku, and that figures who are massive and well respected in this space normalize and enable people like Nux Taku. It upsets me. I exist in this platform. I watch videos on it. I make content on it. I make my living on it. I don't want this.
Dude, is it really upsetting? I don't know if it's upsetting. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's a bit annoying, I guess. But yeah, people are freaks. And some people, you know, enable those freaks. Queeman's keen to point out some hypocrisies, I think. Anyway, listen, I don't want to get into the hypocrisy hunting shit, okay? Yes, obviously, there's a whole conversation you could have in regards to the people Xanderhals associated with, okay? But, you know, fundamentally, yeah, it's kind of annoying, I guess. I don't know, dude. I don't really... The thing is, it's like... I was saying when I covered this video before, I was like, none of this is going to change anything. None of this is going to matter. Nobody's going to notice. Nobody's going to care. Lo and behold, what happened? That's right. Nothing. Nothing happened, because nothing ever fucking happens. It's just, it's fine to talk about it and make some content out of it, but nothing's going to change. Nothing ever happens. You know, it is what it is. That's the only thing you can really say about
platform to ever be associated with the normalization or endorsement of this type of content.
The most vitriolic torture techniques, mustard gas, fuck this shit.
Yeah, so based on me watching the bits of the episode where Turkey
anyway,
Tom appears, he is...
I feel like that is, you know, like I say, we're not going to react to the react, but maybe give some like wrap-up takes that we can have a look at just to tie this off. Damn, looks like the Xanderhal Chud Bridge is back on track, guys. We're rebuilding. We're rebuilding the Xanderhal Bridge. Let's go.
It's hentai that I had to show you today.
I have to say, all of the plot line.
Glorious hentai. Jesus Christ. I think amount of lolly 2, but even if it was 2, it's like, dog, any amount of lolicon, you have to make excuses for being on someone's hard drive, and you are just, you don't even read.
The thing that was annoying about Xanderhal, the thing that was just kind of frustrating about Xanderhal is, you know, I did go easy on him at times. He was a wretched little guy, okay? But I felt bad for him. And I didn't give him as hard a time as I should have done. So it became quite frustrating when, you know, I think I put out one video that was critical of him, and it was to do with his drama with Shoe on Head. Funnily enough, would you believe it? It was a tomfoolery video. It was a tomfoolery video, and I was like, yeah, tomfoolery has showed the Xanderhal's been a little wretch here. But I was still quite nice about it. I don't think I was particularly mean. And then, like, I don't know, it's like, it just created this dynamic where he then got really upset with DK over some stuff that happened. I mean, maybe it was to do with this COVID thing. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. But the long and the short of it is, it was like that one thing, it's like Xanderhal's the kind of person where if you've got any sort of connection with him, he doesn't like being criticized. And funnily enough, it's like, it's a bit hypocritical in a way, because it's like he's saying about calling out creators and how that should be the norm and stuff like that. But then when the shoe's on the other foot and you're criticizing him for something, he is extremely sensitive about it, you know, to the point where he will quickly cut ties with you on the basis that you've issued out some criticism of him. I wouldn't say it was my Bo Blacks. I definitely went too easy on him. You know, I could have gone harder on him at times. But I don't think it was quite the same dynamic. But yeah, people want to say that, sure. You can, as a little meme or whatever. But yeah, I definitely look back and think, well, I probably should have been a bit harder on him here, harder on him there. You know, etc., etc. But yeah, I mean, that was what was annoying about it. It was just like, bro, you know, like this one criticism and then this bit of drama now is like making you completely like burn the bridge and stuff like that. I mean, okay, I guess fair enough. But that was the time when I think a lot of the lefties started to kind of cut ties and stuff, and you know, I think my views were kind of, I was starting to question a bit more some of the progressive narratives that were perpetuated, and I really started to like doubt some of the shit that I've been told when I started to look into it more. And yeah, I guess that I kind of, I wouldn't say I took the red pill, but I just realized that associating with these people, I was on like a hiding to nothing. And it meant that I would have to accept things that I was starting to doubt and starting to not believe. And so it was like, yeah, I can't associate with these people anymore in the same way. I don't want to associate with these people. You know, you need to kind of give away too much to continue to associate with these people. So now I'm a giga racist. Exactly.
Realize you don't even realize how far on the underfoot you are here. Like, come on, like just drop it, dude. Anyway, the only reason I bring it up, guys, the only reason I bring it up is that.
Oh, look, people in chat are calling them out for associating with Vosh still. Ooh. Uh-oh.
It's not just a right-wing thing. It's not just a right-wing thing. It's really not. There are tendencies in every community to ignore this type of behavior. Even other things that aren't as bad or tangentially as bad, like sort of like a side grade of bad, gets looked past if there is an already existing bias, you know?
Okay. Okay. That was a pretty fair take. Yeah. Xan is fair.
Along with the weird, yeah, and also the AI-generated bestiality stuff, too, which is bad for reasons we got into earlier with what it's trained off of. Same goes for, like, computer-generated horse stuff, like he had. I think the references to the really bad stuff was the Vosh video controversy from 2019. Vosh video what could you be referring to? Are you talking about, like, when he got in trouble because he had, like, sexually harassed that lady? That was what I thought originally was, like, the worst thing ever. And I was like, well, you know, he apologized for it, and if he doesn't repeat that behavior, I can't say he's, like, a awful human being forever because of one potentially just autistic mistake he made. But, man, downloading that shit and having it is worse than, an autistic mistake, right?
Oh!
Like, come on.
Oh, he's having a go at Vosh now. Okay, fair play. Listen, credit to Xan. Based.
We're talking pretty different scenarios here.
I mean, you say burning the bridge. To be fair, the bridge is already burnt. So him and Vosh are like not associated anymore. They fell out over a disagreement, a political disagreement in regards to Biden and Kamala Harris. So they're already disconnected in that respect. But
it's like, oh, so you just have that now. That's very different. I remember a Pillow Brush Off the Fawn showed a tweet saying it was a joke by Fawn before it was found Fawn was into that stuff. Yeah. Like, that, I need to emphasize here that the left does not get a clean slide on this, guys. This isn't some conservative tendency like you guys in chat have been saying. There's some fucked up shit. Ooh, another really good example. Holy fuck.
I'm glad I watched this end bit because he's actually being tremendously fair here. And is saying the truth, which is like, yes, people on the left also participate and engage in this sort of thing. So, listen, guys. Fair's fair. Xanderhal's fair. I'm fair. We're all fair here, okay?
This is an example of someone who just got away with, like, multiple rapes. Andrew Callahan with Channel 5 News got away with, like, being a serial rapist.
Okay, dude. Okay, bro. He's... Okay, that is a... Dude. Okay, pump the brakes, slow down, guys. That is not true. That is potentially even defamatory statement about Andrew Callahan. Dude, this is the problem, see? I'm getting teased back to being a Xanderholic, and then before I know it, he ruins it. Dude. Yeah, that is nutto. What is this new word people are using? Nutto. That is totally nutto shit. Andrew Callahan was a pushy, creepy guy at worst, okay? You could maybe argue sexual harassment, perhaps. But in terms of substantively saying he raped multiple individuals and got away with it, that is fucking absurd.
It's actually crazy. So much to the so to the point where I knew a Andrew Callahan victim who never came forward publicly and simply told me about their experience just so that I'd know the allegations are true and not have any doubt, but insisted I don't, make their identity public and all that. So of course I won't.
Dude, what is the value of that then? Oh, someone said it, but I can't see who they are. And they're not going to come forward. Well, okay. Well, then we can just disregard it from the record.
But yeah, Andrew Callahan got outed as a rapist. He's now bigger than ever. He raped like dozen or so women, if I remember correctly.
Oh, no. That's just not true. That's totally wrong. There was no claim he raped a dozen women. Oh my god, dude. This guy's lost. This guy's totally lost.
And that's only the people who came public, by the way. And he's bigger than ever now. He's huge. That's got to be a bit soul-crushing. Yeah. It's because despite being a predominantly progressive content creator, people on the left loved Andrew Callahan's Channel 5 stuff so much they were willing to convince themselves that all these allegations were false.
No. Bro, that's not true. That is completely wrong. He had to take months and months off. The reason he was able to come back is because people, disagree or agree, rightly or wrongly, whatever you want to say about it, right? He left for a while, came back and did the whole I've gone to therapy, etc. I don't think it's the people thought it was fake. I think that they assessed what he'd done and they looked at his actions following that and felt that he'd done enough to, overcome the kind of cancellation, so to speak. So this isn't true by any stretch that people just all thought it was fake. I didn't think it was fake. I thought that the claims were at times embellished and, excessively stated, but I don't think it was fake necessarily. I think these interactions did happen. I just think they were framed, as Xanderhal is doing now, in the most egregious possible way to make it sound way worse than it truly was.
And he took like a few months away, so people let themselves forget and told themselves the allegations were false. Maybe a combination of the two. There you go. Oh no. Yeah, I'm aware of how big of a problem it is. Thank you for the $10 super chat, the new guy in red. Says, if lolly stuff so terrible, why it's so mainstream in Japanese fiction? Obviously, this is sarcasm. Not just in hentai, but anime made like Made in Abyss and gushing over magical girls. And how can we stop this flood? Yeah. Basically, there is no stopping the flood, but I will say, the desire to make it illegal, I think, is one that should be followed through on. Now that I know that Canada has already made it illegal and a lot of other Western nations have already said, yeah, no, this shit is not okay, it's like, oh yeah, what are we even doing at this point? Like, I thought for a while that there wasn't any laws against it anywhere, outside of maybe a few examples. Now that I know it's generally the rule, the trend that it's illegal, it's like, why the fuck is this shit not illegal here? They will let a serial rapist go scot-free, meanwhile drag Xan through the mud over private Fed posts? Well, of course, yeah. Like I said before, some people can do...
To be fair, I mean, yeah, anyone that was, upset about the Xanderhal messages beyond laughing at them, it was funny. It was just funny. Why does it have to be some, big... Dude, also, that was such, a hypocritical aspect to the Demon Mama thing. Demon Mama moaning about drama in regards to, the sort of petting zoo. Meanwhile, previously had dropped this nuke on Xanderhal. Anyway, I don't think Xanderhal deserved to get, even by the left standards, to get cancelled for that. It was obviously just fucking talking shit,
In the grand scheme of things, nothing. And get
also, though, wait a sec, dude. There's hypocrisy threads all over the place. So Xanderhal, right? Wait, dude. Xanderhal is complaining about both me, apparently, and DK, my editor, wishing death upon him, right? Meanwhile, he was in those DMs wishing death upon Keffals. Wait. So he can understand the concept of, a joke or lashing out or whatever it wants to call it in a DM. But when I say he's got AIDS, that's a serious claim and I'm a liar for saying it. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, dude.
crucified over it, while people like Nux Taku, Rev says Desu, Shadman for years and years and years can be publicly pedophiles and get away with it. Or I guess Nux Taku's case, I guess we don't know if he's like a pedo, but I mean, in my opinion, I don't think someone who's not a pedo would be in any way, shape, or form the way that Nux Taku is. That's just my opinion, though. You know, that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, if you
dude, I don't know. I've kind of, I guess, gone backwards and forwards a bit on this in terms of what I think about it. I don't think Nux is a full-blown nonce, a full-blown pedo. I think he was kind of tapping into like the shock value stuff type mentality or something like that, maybe. And he just didn't want to go hard on the lolly stuff originally because he wanted to be within the kind of community. And he knew that would be a very controversial take in that community, the anime community, because lots of people in that side of it do like the lolly stuff, or, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I don't think he's like a gigapedo, but definitely a totally disgusting, like, wretch who relied on support of bigger creators to kind of clean their image for them.
you enjoyed this segment, despite the absolutely soul-crushing content of the segment, then consider dropping a like. It really does help a lot. Every thumbs up helps to push my content and the algorithm out to more people, which means potentially more people watching my stuff who've never seen it before. So I really do appreciate it if you do that. Comment down below to boost the content as well, and subscribe and ring the bell icon if you haven't already, so YouTube actually tells you when I go live or upload a new video. And of course, consider following my social medias, linked down below in the description if you want to see more from me. And perhaps even follow my Discord server, or join my Discord server. It's totally free. It's the main hub of my community. I also host game events, call-in streams, and watch parties there, and I announce all my new uploads and streams there, and announcements as well. So if YouTube somehow does not tell you when I go live or upload, at least my Discord will. And finally, if you want to support me directly financially, it'll be a big help if you donate, subscribe, or gift a sub on my website, xanderhal.com/live, or support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, StreamElements, Patreon, or buying merch at the Streamlabs link down below. As well. Thank you so much for watching, regardless of how you support the channel, even if you're just a lurker. Really means a lot. You mean a lot. And thank you.
Bro.
Once again. Have a good one.
Bro. He is the master shiller. Well done, Xanderhal. Well done. Dude, that was actually had some decent moments in. I was surprised at how correct, especially when he said how based I am. That was great. Nah, come on. That was fun to watch. He's actually, you know, look. He actually had fairly decent takes throughout the Nux Taku stuff, from what I saw at least. Obviously, the Callahan thing was atrocious and just not correct at all. But yeah, there we go. And he did sort of, I think, redeem himself at the end when he was talking about, like, oh yeah, the left do it too. So yeah, sure. Why not? Anyway, there's the video.